What was your most awkward, ha ha ha, oh wait, you're serious moment? After my best friend Mike crashed into a pole and died, my world fell apart, and his dad's did too. I still remember the look on his face as he grabbed his son's lifeless body in the hospital, like sand slipping through his fingers. I tried to let them have their alone time together, but after an hour when he refused to let go, I had to use my strength to drag him out of the room, and as his weak hands trembled and grabbed my shoulders like it would bring his son back to life, I thought I was doing the right thing. I had no idea that it would soon be the worst mistake of my life. That night, as I lay awake in my bed wondering if Mike's death was somehow preventable, I got a call. It was his dad telling me he was outside my front door. I swear I thought he was pranking me, but when I opened up there he was, standing in the rain. Before I could process what was happening, he lunged at me for a hug. "Mike, I've missed you." I froze. Mike was the name of my dead best friend. I didn't know what to do, so I just nodded and asked him to come inside. By this point, he was causing so much noise that my parents woke up and came downstairs. William, best friend's dad, turned to them and said, "Oh, Mike, are these your friends? Nice to meet you. I'm Mike's father." The room was completely silent, and that's when he grabbed my neck and ruffled my hair. Finally, I saw something click in their eyes as they realized what was going on. I expected them to talk some sense into him. Instead, they fed into his grief psychosis. "Nice to see you. Your son is a pleasure to have around," my mom exclaimed. Meanwhile, my dad just shook his hand. I sighed. They walked back upstairs and left me with him, and that's how I ended up spending all night playing Uno with my dead best friend's dad, who was convinced that he was playing with his son. The second he left, I shook my parents awake. "Guys, what the hell? Why didn't you say anything? Be patient with him. He lost his only child," my dad interrupted, his tone cold and assertive. That's when my mom chimed in. "Son, you know that he helped pay for most of your medical bills. The least you can do is to be there for him." Deep down, I knew it was wrong, but the grief made my head so foggy that I barely even knew what day it was, let alone what was right or wrong. So for weeks, I played the part. Whenever William asked me to spend the night at his, I said yes. Whenever he made me lasagna, Mike's favorite meal, that I was allergic to, Elle would eat it anyway and spend the night on the toilet. It made him so happy that it was impossible not to do. Plus, my parents were non-stop gushing over how I was such an amazing and supportive person. In fact, there was only one person who didn't like it, and that was Ashley, my girlfriend at the time. Because whenever I had to leave William's house to go see her, he'd try to stop me. It was innocent at first. He'd joke about wanting me all to himself, or how he had to interrogate her about her true intentions. But on the 2-month anniversary of Mike's death, things took a dark turn. I was going to spend the day with her, to grieve and let myself heal. But William insisted that we go to the Griffith Observatory in LA, Mike's favorite hangout spot. His voice was cheery, but his eyes were filled with desperation. I told him no, but that I would spend the night before with him. He nodded with disappointment, but I didn't care. It was hard pretending like I was fine all the time. Well, our date never happened, because the next morning Ashley broke up with me over the phone. "You effing beach, you messed me around, blah blah blah." She cursed at me for 5 minutes straight before blocking me on everything. I honestly thought she had had some sort of mental break, until her friend sent me screenshots saying, "I can't believe you." Turns out someone had made me a Tinder profile. In my bio read, "I have a girlfriend that I hate and I want to cheat on." And of course, her best friend saw it and sent it to her. That's when I finally snapped. I stomped down the stairs to see William in the kitchen making pancakes. "What the F were you thinking?" I asked, my voice flat. He just laughed. "Son, women come and go. I'm not your son," I interrupted. He dropped his spatula on the floor. "Mike, what are you talking about? Don't be so silly. Let's sit down and eat breakfast together." I kept my face neutral. "William, your son is dead. He died in the bus crash that day, and you haven't seen him since. We can't keep doing this." He looked like a deer caught in headlights. I walked out and never looked back. Update. Me and William kept our distance from each other after that. Last I heard, he self-admitted himself into a mental institution to get help, so I thought everything would be okay, until my mom walked into my bedroom one day holding a file. In them were adoption papers. "Sweetie," she said, "William made us an offer we couldn't refuse." Full story on channel. Link below.